The following is a fan-based discussion. All properties discussed are property of Toei Inc., Bandai, Hasbro, and Subaru Productions.
Hello everybody and welcome back to another Tokutalk. We're talking about anniversaries!
Yes!
We probably should have did this for our anniversary. But anyway.
I mean, hey, we're in the middle of 2 right now. 3, actually.
Yeah.
No shit.
Sentai's got one, Kamen Rider's got one.
Ultraman has one this year as well for number 55.
Jeez.
Jesus Christ.
55, 50, and 45. But Ultraman had a break.
So did Kamen Rider.
Less time for Rider.
Really?
It was 16 years before Ultraman came back. But yeah, this time we're going to focus on the Sentai Anniversary because that happens a lot.
Yes.
Yeah, and by
that
that,
happens when you keep going.
We mean they actually do something with it. Sort of.
Sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes. So we got quite a few. I'm not going to start so much at number 5, but we do have... Oh, wait, that's certainly not number 10 anymore. Turbo Ranger was originally number 10 after they got rid of Jakku and Gaoranger. And then they brought it back for O-Ranger.
Oh.
And then we got Gaoranger, Boukenger, Gokaiger, Zyuohger, and now Zenkaiger this year.
Mm-hmm.
So we're mostly just going to focus on the latter half of these. We're going to focus on Gaoranger up.
Because a lot of the older ones, they don't really do anything. They're just kind of there.
They had that, like, right before the Turbo Rangers actually started. They had, like, the 10 years before you and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not
Was it mostly relegated to just specials? Because to my knowledge, it wasn't just like the show actually celebrated the
No, it was just a special. That
anyway.
Yeah, they really didn't do that until Gokaiger.
Gao had his own special.
Gao had his... No, I'm talking about the whole show being like a tribute to...
Boukenger.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Keep forgetting about Boukenger.
But Gaoranger.
This is probably the least of the anniversary ones.
I don't really feel like this... It's like... I honestly wouldn't have known if you didn't tell me.
It was
I didn't look it up.
It was number 25.
Uh-huh.
The only reason I know that it was an anniversary because it was an anniversary for Power Rangers 2.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. Forever Red, number 10.
Okay.
But yeah, for this one, they really didn't do anything with the actual anniversary aspect in show.
Not in the show, no.
No.
Because I watched it and I can tell you there wasn't anything.
There was not a lot of anything in that show.
Also true.
But they did it in the special.
Mm.
Where they're just like, we're just going to have, a whole bunch of random Sentai actors come back. My favorite being Mega Pink taking Gal White's phone. It's like, oh my god, you guys have phones? That's so cool. And then she just starts playing with it.
Sounds about right.
Because Mega Pink is probably... I love Chisato. She was just like...
Everyone in that show was great.
Everybody in Mega Ranger was great.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen it, go watch it.
It's a good show.
But yeah, Gaoranger really does not do much with an anniversary aspect because, honestly, I don't have a reason. It was just the special. And that was pretty much it. They didn't really do anything else.
Probably because it was too expensive.
I don't know. I just don't think they really had a lot of, maybe time at the time period. There were probably a whole bunch of behind-the-scenes factors.
I think at the time, there was less focus on like celebrating the franchise as a whole throughout the show because we want to tell the story of the Gaorangers. We don't want to necessarily incorporate any because Sentai at that point hadn't, at least from what I have watched of it, had not incorporated past seasons at all into its show.
It did
into show
once.
proper.
It did once.
What was that?
That was Sun Vulcan because they brought back Queen Hidorian, aka Rita, and she ended up being the best person in that show.
Yeah, but that's not like the show itself.
No, it was just a reoccurring.
The thing in its entirety,
because it was a sequel.
Yeah,
it's like we'll do like a special to celebrate, because 25 it's a big anniversary, so it's like we'll do a special to celebrate that, but
that's about it.
But beyond that, we're just gonna keep the Gaorangers and let them do their own thing.
Yeah.
But then 5 years later, we get Boukenger, and they said, you know what?
Let's actually do something this time around.
But not in Easter
they did
egg
it
form kind of.
They
format?
did it much more subtly.
Yeah, it was like Easter eggs as opposed to. We'll get to Gokaiger.
Past like the monsters of the week might be based on like past mechs and things like that. And the guy who played Ryuon,
weren't some
the
of
red one?
Yeah, weren't some of the artifacts like based off of past Sentai?
Some of the artifacts were Ryuon, especially the red one, the dragon guy, was based off of Zyuohger's.
Right.
He was like that was his whole thing. But yeah, they did it a lot more in subtle ways in that show, and I think I appreciate it more because it, like you said, it was Easter egg.
It was Easter egg. It was something that you can appreciate if you knew it, but you didn't have to know it to, enjoy what was going on.
Yeah. I think that honestly ended up working a lot better. It's like, I know what you did there. I get it. I see you. But yeah, it's just I think that's the thing that made me appreciate Boukenger a lot more.
Yeah.
Not to mention just a good show on its own,
Mm-hmm.
outside of the anniversary aspect, even with the special that they had to introduce the Aka Red.
Aka Red, right?
Yeah, that was his first appearance, and then he's come up every 5 years since then.
Red.
Do you have a Blue Ranger? Yeah, I do. Aka Blue. That was from Zyuohger. We'll get there. But yeah.
Wait a minute.
So you mean purple?
Nope. just red blue.
What's purple in Japanese?
Damn it. I know the word. Starts with an M. We'll get it later.
Maroon.
No. But yeah.
It's Martreuse.
Shut the fuck up. But yeah, let's go ahead and get to Gokaiger.
It's nice to be on this end of it for once.
There you go.
Gokaiger, the 35th anniversary. So where we talked about with Boukenger was all subtle and Easter eggs. Gokaiger was like, hey, here's other Sentais.
And it was great.
Oh no, it's fantastic. But there were times
This is the first time that we are truly acknowledging that not only did all these past Sentai happen, they're all connected. There have been years of, heroes and teams of heroes who have defended the Earth from forces beyond, forces of evil. And it is a celebration and a love letter to all that has come before.
Not to mention, they were just like, we're going to go because of the earthquake and all of that happened.
Which happened mid-production.
They were just like, we're going to do this to, really boost people's spirits.
Mm-hmm.
So it went...
Because they need heroes right now.
Making the most out of a good situation.
A bad situation, sorry. So it went all in.
My only, issue is that there were times that... Because there was every other episode was a dedication to a past Sentai.
More or less.
Pretty much every other episode.
Yep. I liked it.
I liked it, but at the same time I didn't because that took away... Because I love the actual cast. I love the Gokaigers. Mm-hmm. I wanted to see more of them.
I think we got plenty of them.
Depending on the character, yeah.
Depending on the character, yeah. We didn't really get a lot of Yellow in her, character. She didn't have a lot of character growth. Doc sure as fuck did. Joe did.
He gets the one big episode.
But I also think that wasn't the point of the show.
I get that.
The Gokaigers themselves are very, what you see is what you get. Everything you need to know about them is, right there on the surface. They wear it all on their sleeve. And
you could also make the argument that they're two-dimensional. They are not characters, they are quirks. I'm the tough one.
I would not, but if you don't like the show, that's an argument you could make.
I'm just saying, but I'm being devil's advocate right now. But there were some really good episodes.
It's not so much a quirk as it is an archetype.
Yeah, it's fair enough. And there were some great moments when they were doing dedication episodes, but the previous generation was there to help them improve. Mm-hmm. With Magi Ranger. That is honestly one of my favorite tribute episodes because it helped Red and Green grow as people.
Or the Gaoranger episode, even though he appeared in the movie.
Yeah.
When Ryo came back, it was just you don't need your powers to just
beat the shit out of people.
To be, a hero.
And
Ryo showed that by beating everybody in the immediate vicinity.
Or the Gaoranger episode, because you just need to laugh.
Traffic safety.
You just need to laugh sometimes.
You need traffic safety.
Yes, you do.
And they made sure that you do it again.
Love.
A couple of years later. With Drive did it.
But then there were some ones that were like, why are we doing this? There were just some that seemed more like shoot in as opposed to there was a point. If that makes sense.
It does, and I think one of the ones that maybe got shafted a bit was Gaoranger.
Yeah.
The Gaoranger episode was not great, and I don't feel that they...
It
was much more... I like the comedy. That is much more of a comedic episode.
Yeah.
But because I like Gaoranger so much, I want them to get a little bit more, especially after having watched Gaoranger prior to my second viewing of Gokaiger.
Fantastic show.
Yeah.
But it's
And
just like,
I think
at the same time,
Go ahead.
they ended up doing the things just like the Pink Rangers from a lot of other seasons have this in common. Or at least if there's no Pink Rangers, like the female one on that team.
Yep.
It's like, we have the costumes thing. We do the quick changes.
We do.
We're
quick
out
changes.
here, being every job in the world. Kabuto took that from us.
Yeah.
And so here we are with Ahim just going through every job in the world in this one episode.
Yep.
And I love that episode.
I like that. It's cute.
Unfortunately, we also ended up getting the pink, the Abba Pink.
The Ava Pink, where it's just like a pig costume that somebody threw together in a few
And
minutes.
she was like,
deliberately designed to look stupid.
and she was like, I'm not doing this. I'll be back later.
She goes and like hides behind Marvel. She's like, I'm embarrassed. I can't do this. I'm sorry.
I'll see y'all. I'll be back on the ship. Bye.
Also, you would think for a show like that with characters like that, there would be more instances of like Marvelous, like just shooting a minion mid monologue.
No, they say that for 2 anniversaries later.
Yeah, just like,
We'll get
what
to
are
it.
you gonna do? That. Duh.
Oh.
But like, he would be the one to do it. Let's be real.
I don't know. I feel like Marvelous enjoys the thrill of charging into battle.
That's also.
But with
fair.
his catchphrase,
But
and,
I would not hold it past him.
And then they just charge in, and he would rather swing over the gangplank and tackle someone to the ground and then shoot them than just shoot them before the fight.
Fair enough.
That's how I feel about Marvelous.
That's fair.
And
But I could also see him doing, like, I think he would do that if, like, the villain's talking too much. So it's like a shoot him and then it's like Kingsman moment. So are we gonna sit around and talk all day, or are we gonna fight?
Still a great anniversary season.
It is a great
No, it's a
anniversary
great show,
season, and
period.
I think
I honestly think, however, unlike 90 or almost every single other one, you gotta have some knowledge going into it
Yeah.
to really appreciate some of the stuff they have.
I don't think you do.
I
don't think you do.
Let me. I'll put it this way. I appreciated it more on the second viewing, but I enjoyed it just as much as the first viewing.
Gokaiger was my first Sentai.
I know.
It was the
It
first
was
one that
my
I finished.
second.
And
We watched Gaoranger first.
I mean,
Yes.
I could speak from experience.
By the way, way to set the bar high.
I didn't know who pretty much any of these were. Like, I'll recognize the suits from Power Rangers and
Yep,
whatnot.
that was where I was.
But like, I feel like the show does such a good job of explaining who these other teams were and what they were about that it really doesn't matter all that much. I don't think you are going to be lost if
You're not going to be lost, but
or confused. Like, you'll definitely get more out of it if you know who they were. You'll definitely appreciate it more.
you'll enjoy it.
But it
just the
still
same.
works. But it still works just as fine as both the anniversary season
And a standalone.
and a standalone show without it.
Not to mention, if you get confused, just listen to the ending song enough times.
Yeah, that tells you everything you need to know.
Well, almost. And I'm going to bring it up, and I'm just going to say Jetman now and save it for a little bit.
No, that was the first Sentai you showed me was Jetman.
It was. We watched that one together.
In my dorm room.
Yes.
Wow.
Well, we watched that one in the living room.
No. The first time you put it on was in my dorm room.
Let's get door room. All right.
And I'm like, what
Well,
the
more
fuck?
like room in the apartment. We shared,
Yeah,
but
and I was just, it was like on Facebook. It's like Facebook video, and I'm like, what the fuck is this?
And then we moved in together, and here we are.
No, we lived together at this point. This was our apartment. But it was like the first day we lived together. And you're like, here, I'm gonna change
I
your
have
world
something
forever.
to show you.
But we got to move on
Sorry.
to
Zyuohger,
Zyuohger.
which gets 2 episodes, and it's a Gokaiger team up,
And a special.
and that's it.
They also get a Sentai trivia special hosted by Aka Red, which that's where we end up getting Aka Blue,
There's not enough
Aka
vodka.
Yellow, Aka Pink, and Aka Silver, and Aka Black. I loved it.
It just feels so tacked on.
It is.
All of it feels so tacked
Because
on.
most of it is in
the
specials.
Gokaiger episodes are bad.
Most of it's in specials.
They're really bad.
It's bad.
All the anniversary stuff for number 40 happens mostly in specials and the 2 Gokaiger episodes.
It's all
In other words, it's extraneous material that you have to seek out, not stuff you're going to get in show proper, and that stuff always bugs me.
Except the Gokaiger episodes.
Bad.
Happen in
And
the
the
show.
Gokaiger episodes aren't good.
It's all bad.
Yeah. Zyuohger and Gao are definitely down there as anniversaries.
Mm-hmm.
We're just like the anniversary. I don't think either one does it exceptionally well. And it's not incorporated into the show proper. You'd think with something being anniversaries, like you would put something in there, especially when you're coming up on year 40.
I remember thinking prior to Zyuohger coming out, like, what are they going to do for the 40th? If Gokaiger was the 35th and they pulled out all the stops for it, what are they going to do now?
Maybe if you think about it, that's why they didn't do anything.
It's
because
possible.
Because
Gokaiger was just so big.
Yeah, don't.
And I think we've also
don't follow Gokaiger.
I think we've also had this discussion of, like, I think Zyuohger had budget cut issues.
Probably.
Which probably led into that as well, so...
Saving everything up for Gaoranger.
But, I don't know that we need to say anything
money
else.
well spent. Money much more well spent.
I don't know that we need to say anything else about Zyuohger, so should we move on to the next one?
Yes, move on to the most recent one that's actually still airing right now. Zenkaiger.
Which I'm not caught up with.
Me neither.
But from what I have seen, I like how
I like the incorporation.
I like the incorporation in that it's done. It's a more subtle way of doing it.
Well,
not
like Boukenger.
I have not watched the entire show. Keep in mind.
Well,
I mean, even from what you've seen, I mean, like the mechs. I mean, the other Rangers are
mechs.
The mechs.
Yeah, fair enough.
And they use the powers of previous Sentai using the gears.
Okay, so subtle may have been the wrong word, and I apologize, but it's not as overt as Gokaiger in that the other Sentai members are not actually showing up.
It's kind of a combination of Gokaiger and Boukenger.
It does it differently because, like, the gears, you get to see something about the other show. Mm-hmm. It's
and Gokaiger, you got to see someone.
But I feel like for Zenkaiger, it's just like you got to know more about the previous shows to get some of the things. Because, like, when they use the Gaoranger one, it's just Lucky's luck that they get from that gear.
That's hysterical.
Or the Goggle 5 one, which happened in the second episode, where they get rid of the gymnastics. and then I brought it up in Gokaiger, but I had to bring it up here. The Jetman gear, which is simultaneously offensive and hilarious because they redid the entirety of the last part of the final episode of Guy's death. It's insane. It was.
That's. I didn't know. I thought that's just what the gear does.
Yeah. All of the members of Jetman come out and they go to the people to have them take their places and everything. Yeah. And Black Condor goes into the Monster of the Week because he has to die at the end of the episode.
That is so
on the bench.
So fucking offensive.
I have thoughts.
Offensive
is not the word I would use.
The fact that they had that episode, like they had Zenkaiger and Jetman trending on Twitter.
It makes you
serious?
Yes.
They had it.
That's why I saw it.
Oh.
Someone tagged me in it and it was trending.
It was trending in Japan on Twitter because of that episode.
I'm surprised.
It was the best thing I've seen. I had never laughed so hard at a Sentai episode. That was
really
hysterical.
Okay then.
It was so good.
Shot for shot.
It was amazing. Blue.
Blue was the guy with the knife.
Oh, but he was like a mini piku because he brought out a mini version of his pickaxe. And then the guy.
Oh my goodness.
I love that episode. That episode 1 was just really good.
Yeah.
It was the whole romance episode, and they ended with that. And I'm sitting here like, how
fucking dare you? Yeah.
How dare you? You can't be that good. But just as a whole, I really like what Zenkaiger's doing as an anniversary because it's just like one, it is its own show, so it has its own.
I feel like
plot.
it's poking fun at itself. It's like
it's not taking itself too seriously.
No, but it's also poking fun at everything that Sentai is.
Yeah,
and I do enjoy that. They're subverting so many tropes.
Yeah, there really is like
what?
When they
like listening to the bad guy talk. First episode, where do you think you're gonna shoot you? Duh, we have guns.
And then do it on accident again, and then almost shoot yourself,
and then do it on purpose.
But
that much I did see.
It's just insane. Like I said, you really need to know about more of the previous shows Zenkaiger going into this stuff. Because
that episode makes no sense if you haven't seen Jetman.
Yeah, it's like you got to know at least something about the show prior. Like,
can you imagine the kids watching that and just confused?
Like when Stacy comes out Stacy is based on Battle Fever.
Right.
And he ends up summoning an evil version of the 4 main Jakku members. And then when Tokucast ends up using the same gear, but the good version, he brings out Big One. And Big One tells them no. And they all end up fighting Stacy because Big One takes them over. There's like things in this show that you sort of have to know about previous ones.
I did see a clip of that made me laugh a lot. This has nothing to do with Anniversary, but it was Tokucaiger and Zenkaiger morphing into their super forms together, and Tokucaiger's doing this dance, and Zenkaiger's
that was last week's episode.
And he was just like right, and then just like does this kind of thing,
We just
and then,
sway back
bam.
and forth.
Because he's fucking doing the yo, and then
he's doing the super version of his dance,
and he's just like, bam.
I love this show. I think Zenkaiger might end up being up there once it finishes one of my favorite Sentai.
Oh no, it's fucking.
But just
for the it's great, but for different reasons.
Yeah, but it's just like as an anniversary, it really works.
It does.
It has its own story, but it incorporates just enough of previous Sentai to really make this work, and I love that.
Nice. Well, that does it for Anniversaries.
Yeah.
Let us know what you think about what
The
we
Sentai
discussed
Anniversaries.
in the comments down below. We will
Kamen
be
Riders will be
doing
next.
Kamen Rider Anniversaries. They will be doing Ultraman Anniversaries. But as always, follow us on other things. We always appreciate your support. And we'll see you guys next time. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you for watching.